Hey guys, Claude Johnson here, and today I want to talk about using rhythmic subdivisions to get more control over your blues playing. So this is like an idea that you can use to try to improve your single note lines. So I want to go back, tell you a little story. Years ago when I was first getting started, I had this book about the style of Eric Clapton, and Clapton was a big hero of mine, still is. Anyway, in the book, they talked about one reason why Clapton was so great is that he had a very clear sense of rhythm with his single note lines. You know, dividing up the lines with quarter notes, eighth notes. And I would try to play like that. Like I would try to, sit down and say, okay, I'm going to play quarter notes and I'm going to play eighth notes. And it never really went anywhere. Anyway, years later, now I think I have a little bit better idea of how to practice with that kind of idea. And I want to share two powerful ideas. So the first thing is that, if you try to go too simple, it ends up being not musical. So if you're just, if you have a 4 count, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a little bit stiff. So you always want to look for things where you can add a little bit of asymmetry or like an offset. So one example would be just starting on the pickup note. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, count that again. So hopefully you caught what I just did there. I started on the and of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2. So always look for those ways you can do it, or maybe extend one note, or just alternating, like mixing it up. Some eighth notes, some quarter notes. Another concept, the second thing, and I think this is even more important, is that when you're playing in blues, it's often a triplet feel or shuffle feel. 1 and 2, so. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. Whenever I teach this, I just start with a count. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you tie the 1 and the 2 together, so it's like 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. Anyway, when you have that feel and you start playing single note lines, it kind of has like an automatic asymmetry to it, or automatic feel. Even if I don't change the rhythm, sticking with that rhythm, it still sounds kind of musical. Now, if I was actually trying to make it even more musical, I would change it up a little bit even more, but so really there's like 3 basic rhythms as far as your lines that you can do when you're in that feel. So the first one is just, hey, real quick before we continue here, I just want to give a quick plug for my free course. It's called 7 Blues Guitar Secrets That Save You Years of Practice. You can get it at BluesGuitar-Com/secrets, or just check the link in the video description. And I think it's got a lot of powerful insights and concepts that are going to help you out. They're going to help you with everything you're doing, including the stuff in this video. So once again, just check the link in the description. Thanks for your support, and now back to the video. The basic shuffle feel. So really what this is like, if you think of it as like eighth note triplets as the basic division, you're combining the first 2 together. So you have like 2 eighth note triplets and then 1/8 by itself, and that's when you get that. Okay, and sometimes you'll see this written out. Like if you look at guitar tab, you'll see it written like as 2 eighth notes equals, and then it'll equal a 3-note grouping where the first note is 2 of those. It looks like a quarter note within a triplet, but basically it's 2 of those eighth note triplets. Okay, so anyway, the point is, let me go back to what I was saying because I almost lost my train of thought there. That's one rhythm. The other one is just strict triplets, so you're actually playing those 3 notes there. Okay, and then the other one would be if you just play quarter notes, And again, that by itself is a little bit boring. So the cool thing is when you combine those, maybe start off with the triplet, or start off with the shuffle feel. You could just combine the quarter notes with the triplets if you want, So you want to play around with all of those. And what you can do is, first of all, always, like I say, always play through a 12-bar blues if you can. Okay, but then what you can do with these divisions, you can write it out on paper if it helps. Start with like one specific rhythm, and then just try to write riffs. If you can't do it while you're improvising, if you're making too many mistakes, that's okay. Just try to work it out slowly at first. Okay, so like let's try to do that right now. We'll take a couple different rhythms. So maybe the first one could be like so like one quarter note, another quarter note, and then eighth notes with the shuffle fill. So I kind of got off there a little bit. I went to my ear just told me to play this. But if I'm going to stick with the exercise, it's really... Sometimes you'll play it and be like, oh, well, I like this rhythm better. Or, it's really interesting because like the notes that you choose, some notes are going to sound better with certain rhythms. So let's just see where we can go with this. So maybe just like one quarter note and then go right into your shuffle. One tip for this could be just starting on the root. So in the key of A, just hit an A quarter note and then some eighth note triplets in there. Or let's go back to our first one. You can always throw in a chord instead of a single note. So here's my A up here, but I'll just hit it with the chord 1, 2, 3, and 4, and... So you'll notice I went into the triplet just because my ear told me. Sometimes it's hard, like I said, if you go too simple, it's harder because it's not musical. But for the exercise, you want to try to do it, and that's why it helps to just slow down and just try to write out a riff. And the more of these riffs that you come up with, it sort of gets into your ear and you expand your own vocabulary. All right, so now let's try one where it's just the the shuffle triplets, as I call them. Again, just what I mean is the 2 8th notes tied together and then 1 8th note. And because this one is so simple, it's a little bit easier to improvise on. Now let's try to combine like the shuffle triplets and the actual triplets. So, something like. So, so maybe like that, bum, 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 bum. I did a little 16th note triplet. We're gonna save the fast rhythms for another lesson, but this is just So hopefully you get the idea. Try to write out these rhythms and then play it through a 12-bar blues. It's tough to always stick to the rhythm because your ear will pull you in different directions, but I think it's a powerful exercise. Here's another rhythm you can do, which I think is really cool, and then we'll call it a day after that. But what you can do is on your and, so like 1 and 2 and, you stretch out that and into the next beat. And you can combine that with, something like that. So, yeah. All right, I'll give you one more idea. So, you can stretch that out. When we were playing this, basically those long notes are still just one beat. But you could stretch it out even farther, like a beat and a half. Basically, the and of that beat and then the next full beat. You would get something like this. Let's see. So these are all just different ideas. So yeah, play around with it and try to write down a couple different rhythms for yourself. Let's just do one more of those, like triplet. Let's see what I can come up with. So there's one. So like 1 and triple T, 2, 1 and triple T, 3 and triple T. So yeah, that was all over the place, but you get the idea of the exercise. I haven't practiced this particular exercise in a couple weeks, but this is one of the things you can do to sort of hone your playing a little bit. All right, talk to you soon.